Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I'm so glad to be here today. So, as you guys come into the room, go ahead and put your name down and where you're from. And if you would like a reading, an intuitive oracle card reading, go ahead and put your name down. I go in the order that I see everyone. So, hopefully, I'll get everybody's name down at one time. Looks like I'm live everywhere. That's good. So today is July the 6th. I can't believe that this year is already going by so fast. I hope everyone had an enjoyable 4th of July. We just kind of kept it quiet around here, and that was really nice. That just myself, my husband, and my two grown adult children. It seems so odd to call them children when they're adults. So today I'm going to be working with Kyle Gray's The Angel Guide Oracle. And I really love this particular oracle card set. Has a lot of good information. I can collect a lot of information from tuning in to you, and then I pull a card from you. So this kind of works a couple of different ways. Like I said, as you come in, go ahead and put your name down so that I can also pull a card for you. And I'll try to get everybody in order. Ronnie, hi, how are you? Let me put your name down. And again, I think I mispronounced your name. Um, well, we'll see. Let me go ahead and share this real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, so a quick announcement for everyone. So I've decided, since this is kind of a popular trend that I've been doing, and I have a lot of responses in regards to the oracle card reading, and I've actually decided to expand this out to I'm going to do it once a month, and it will be the first Saturday of the month, and that's what I'm going to do. So, um, you kind of keep that in mind. And then the other days, the other 3 or 4 Saturdays in the month, I will be doing activations and having some discussions to expand this out. Sandra, I have you down. And okay, this is on like 3 different places, so I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. So I think I'll close this one up. And oh, here's everybody here. Hi, Claire. So I have you down. So Vrani, please forgive me. You can mess up my name too. I'm sure it's a beautiful name, but I keep hacking it up. So um Carmel. Okay, so I have uh Veronica. I it's Vero Vera Kari. Maybe that one was the right one. And Sandra, Claire, and then Carmel. I know, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the way part of you guys, some of you already know how this works because you've been here live before. I really don't want to know what your question is. What I will do is I will call out your name. You need to be inside the room to actually get the um, your card. If I call out your name and you don't respond by saying that you're here, and I'll give you advance notice, then I will skip over your name and go to the next person. But before it's all said and done, I'll come back and repeat those who maybe stepped out or had lost their connections. And then if you respond at that time, then I'll pull a card for you. I really like, hi Kuka, I really like to, and Denise, I really like to, just pull a card for you. And sometimes you may have a certain question that you want. So at that time, when I call out your name to pull out the card, you can either think of your question but sometimes, Spirit has a different message for you. And it may not, the card that I get may not correspond with your question, but it may be something that you really need to hear instead. So, if you guys are ready, I'll get started. Hi, Stacy. Okay. So, Veronica Carey. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to do you next so I don't keep hacking up your name. And then I'll add everybody else's name as we get started. Oh, you guys are coming in. Okay, here we go. Okay, vulnerability and freedom. So let me see what this means for you. So there's times when we're afraid of being judged. This is kind of how they're showing me. There's times when we are afraid of being judged, so we hold back something that we don't want other people to know, or we want to tell other people, but the thought of what if I get really ridiculed, and what if they don't like what I'm saying, and I just can't handle this. So this card is encouraging you to go to that challenge. Put yourself out there, let people know what it is that you want them to know, because it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. It's actually going to give you the freedom of putting that information out or that idea out. And it's going to give you more confirmations. It's going to give you more strength to carry on with what you're afraid to tell other people. And like I said, it could just be something very minor, but in your mind, you could be making it a lot bigger than it actually is. So let me put this card up a little higher. So that was your card. And I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, the next one is Sandra, and then Claire, and then Carmel. So Sandra, I believe you're still in here. Oh, your name means Queen of the Storm. I like that. So I should just keep calling you Queen of the Storm. Okay, Sandra, here we go. Let me clear the deck for you. Sandra, please take a deep breath in and release. Okay, that's much better. Okay. So either think of your question. If you don't have a question, I will just give you the card that comes up. It says, do the work. Is there something that you're working on and you just aren't putting your whole self into this? Whether this is something related to work, or maybe it's a project that you've been working on, or a creative idea that you're having. or maybe you're doing energy work with another person. There's times when when we really do need to kind of search inside of our bodies, in our mind, and within our spirit to get answers. I'm feeling like this has to do with an idea that you have, but you're going to have to clear some misconceptions that you have on doing this. But I feel like you're going to be really successful. But this is just encouraging you to do the work that's necessary. You do have your angels and your spiritual team that are around that would help you. So don't hesitate in asking, Creator or Jesus or anybody in your spiritual team to help you go through the work that's needed to complete your work that we're talking about. And I hope that makes sense to you. Laura, I will write your name down too. Okay, Claire, you're next, and then Carmel is after you, and then Denise. So y'all let me know that you're there. I know Claire, you're still there. And Carmel and Denise, let me know that you're here as well. I'm glad, Sandra, that that makes sense to you, and you're welcome very much so. Okay. Thank you, Carmel. We'll get to you next. Denise, great. Okay, Claire, this card's for you, dear. Take a deep breath and release. Cut the cords. So some of you may not know what cutting the cords are, and some of you may. So I'll kind of give a brief little description of what cords are for those that may not know. Brenda, I will put your name down too. So cords, what are cords? Cords are attachments that we have to our parents, our siblings, our partners, friendships, and even experiences that we have. And there's times when we need to cut the cords from an experience or from another person. And cutting cords, what are the benefits of cutting cords? Um, for example, let's say you have a very traumatic experience that's going on, and from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, it's like an 11. And cutting cords, especially with Archangel Michael, is really a nice thing to do. Um, it enables you to be able to get to a point by having him help you cut the cord to either release what's inside of the cord and or it could just be something that you want to get rid of, like a traumatic experience. So when and what I'll do is I'll put a link in here. Let me do that real fast. So what does, let me get this. And so you empty out these cords. Oh, this might be take me for a while. So let me see. Hopefully I'll find. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let's put down the link here inside this thread. Okay. So I included in here a link. Let me do it over here too. Okay. So I've included a link that will show you how to cut cords with Archangel Michael. I do step by step. You, whatever it is that you want to cut the cord, whether it's an experience or maybe it's a partner that you're no longer with. It could be just something, a health issue that's really traumatic for you. By cutting these cords, the whole idea is to bring it from a 10 or more down to a 0, 1, or 2. When you go through these steps that I'm telling you about in the video, you gain more of a release when you can do it yourself. So let's say you bring it after you've done and followed these instructions, you brought this 10 or 11 down to a 0 or 1. And you're like, oh, I'm so happy, I did really good. And then maybe next week it comes back and you're thinking about this, and now you're not at a 10 anymore, but you're at an 11 or 12. Go ahead and go through these steps, because things that are very traumatic for us, whether it's a person, place, or an experience, it gets embedded within your body. And it's like peeling back that onion. You peel back a little bit, heal that. It may come back, you heal that, and you just keep repeating this exercise until it goes down. As far as parents or even a partner, sometimes disagreements happen, and I feel, and I've been shown that during these times, these cords actually get plugged up with everything that's kind of clogging up their feelings and your feelings. And sometimes just cutting that cord and, emptying it out, sending love to both sides, it will naturally reconnect. You have to go through a lot to actually get it, where you're not thinking about it, or if you had traumatic experience, it may take a little longer. But just know that naturally these cords that you have with your parents or your husband or wife or partner or your children will naturally come back, unless that's something that you don't want. So for you, Claire, what this is what, you and I've talked about this before. So it's just another card to remind you that at this time, maybe it's something that you have to consider a little more about doing. Ask Archangel Michael to help you cut the cord and release anything that is clogged up, and then it will reattach. So it's really sometimes a quick way to, stop things from proceeding into a bigger conflict. So I hope that card makes sense to you, and thank you for allowing me to share what the cutting of the cords are for those who don't understand. Okay. So Carmel, Denise, and then Kuka. So Carmel, take a deep breath, either think of your question. If you don't have a question, I will pull a card for you anyway. Oh, okay. So let me write these other names down. Okay, Pam, I got you. Edna, Vida, Vivian, and Pauline. Okay. So I'll be doing this for about an hour. Hi, Anne Marie. Okay, for those who are just joining us, you need to be in online when I call out your name to do your reading. If you're not here, I will go past you, but I'll give you a fair notice. I give you to let me know that you're still there, and then I will pull a card. If you happen to leave for whatever reason, at the end, I'll repeat some of the names of the people that I had to pass on, and then I will give you the reading. So, okay. So Carmel, this is for you. Then we have Denise, Kuka, and Stacy. Hey, Carmel. Again, it's do the work. And you'll find that sometimes I pick the same card out and it runs as a theme. These kind of things happen. So again, this card is about you doing the work that you need to do on your path to move ahead. I'm feeling like you already know what it is that you need to take care of. So, and if you kind of took care of half the work but not the other, it's not going to happen unless you finish out the work that you need to do. It could be research, it could be advice that you receive from someone else, it could even be your own epiphany that you realized that's kind of going on. I feel like you already know what the work is that you need to do. Ask your spirit guides to come and give you support as you go through this. And just know that I feel like this is going to work for you. You just need to do a little more work before proceeding forward. And then it's going to be a clearer path for you. And I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, Denise, Kuka, and then Stacy. And I believe I saw Denise. Oh, good. I'm so glad you understand what that means. And I do believe Denise already, let me scroll up here. Okay, Denise, you're still there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Take a deep breath. And I love knowing that, you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So without me even knowing what your question is, isn't that kind of amazing? I do have I do oracle cards, but it's not I've found out I can do a lot of other things too. So I do oracle cards. It's just not on my webpage at lisajodavis.com, but all of my other services are there. If this is something that you would like to do, just message me and I can give you a price on, like, for example, pulling three cards would be $15, and that would be the reading. If anyone's ever interested, just message me. Okay. Hi, Jean. I'll put you down on the list. Okay, so Denise, I'm gonna go ahead and get you, Kuka, Stacy, and Arkia. I know I've said your name before, Arica. Rika? I'm sorry. Okay, Denise, here we go. Claire, you'll get there. Sometimes you just need to do stages and one thing at a time. Okay, so this is for Denise, and it says signs and reminders. So we have this card and it has the butterflies, the birds, the rainbow colors. It shows, a feather and a little bit of a flame with clouds into the stars and stuff. So this has to do with two things I'm feeling for you. One is you've been praying for some things to happen and you've wanted to have clarification that, you're not just talking to the abyss. And two things. I feel like some of your relatives or someone who's recently passed away is trying to let you know that they're around you. It could be you finding a coin. It could be a music like a certain song that reminds you of somebody. It could be something you've seen in a book, or you can overhear conversations, and what they're talking about applies to you. So two things. I feel like one of them is someone that has recently passed, is trying to let you know that they're okay. And the other one is for confirmations of, what they're talking about applies to you. So two things. I feel like one of them is someone that has recently passed, is trying to let you know that they're okay. And the other one is for confirmations of, what they're talking about applies to you. So two things. I feel like one of them is someone that has recently passed, is trying to let you know that they're okay. And the other one is for confirmations of wondering whether you're on the right path or you're doing things the way that you need to be doing at this time. So I do hope that, that actually makes sense to you. It's a beautiful card. Okay, Kuka, you're next. Then Stacy and Arkia. Again, I'm sorry if that doesn't sound right. And then Andrea. Let me make a little mark here. So let's see. Stacy, I just need, okay, you're still here. I see you told me. And Kuka, I know you're here. Okay. Kuka, take a deep breath and exhale. Okay, thank you. Oh, the answer is no. Whatever your question is, it's a no. So I'm sure that you already know what this is about, but or something that you may have been thinking about. But the answer is no. So think about how this applies to you and what your concern was. But sometimes we need to take a step back a little bit for that no to actually be a yes. But I'm feeling like it's having to do with your family. So, maybe it's a conversation that you want to have, but you are being told that no, you kind of need to step back and let other people handle it. So, sometimes they can be blunt, but the answer is no. And I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so we have Mary Gina, so I'll write you down. Okay, Stacy, you're next. Arkia and and Andrea, and then Laura. So Stacy, here we go. Shuffle these up a little bit. Ah, and you get the answer of yes. So this is supporting whatever your question was. And she's very happy, like dancing, like yes, 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 yes. So that's your answer, and it looks like it's definitely a yes. There's really nothing more that I can say to that, and I hope that's a good thing for you. And I think I can't really say much more than that, other than it is a yes. Okay, Brenda, I do have you down as well. Okay, so let me go up here real fast. I'm not sure if I think I should start writing the last name on the names too. I just see Praca. Okay, so this is for Stacy. You're next. Oh, I just did Stacy, right? Yes, I did, because you got the yes card. Okay, our Arkia. So let me go ahead and clear that energy there. Take a deep breath. I get to talking and I forget to cross off a name. Oh, there's a theme running around here. So signs and reminders. Um, the confirmations are going to come for you. So what you need to do is just look out for these type of confirmations. It could be synchronicities. It could even be time, right? Sometimes you see 444, which lets you know that the angels are around you. So even if the signs are there and reminders, if you ever get a number that you see repeated often, look that number up. So like you could put four in Google or your search engine, you could put 444 angel meaning and it'll pull up the meaning for those numbers. So just look at the signs around you, whether they're butterflies, the rainbow, birds, music, uh, what else? Coins and feathers. So it's just kind of the confirmation that you are being surrounded with your spiritual team and to allow yourself to see the signs that are around you. Sometimes we just get tunnel vision and the signs are being thrown at us and we just aren't aware enough to do that, to be aware enough that those signs are around you. Okay. Okay, so I have some more people. Prachita and Karen, I have you down. Erica, yes. Okay. Erica, I hope that made sense to you. Yes, I think if you come in again, maybe I need to see that, Erica. Perfect. It's just instead of a E, it's a A. That I can understand. And then I wouldn't be so embarrassed when I hack up your name. Andrea, are you here? Um, let's see, Laura. And let me write Sue's name down. Brenda, here we go. Let me see if there's anybody. This is like scrolling really fast, so I don't want to lose anyone. So, Karen, to answer your question, if you do have a question, just keep it to yourself. And when I call out your name, then that's when you would think of a question. If you don't have a question, it would just be a general kind of advice for you right now. So Andrea, you're next, Laura, and then Brenda L, Pam, and then Edna. So if you all are in here, go ahead and say, hey, I'm here. Okay. Vivian, I do have your name down too. Okay, so Andrea, this is for you. Oh, a different card. Harmony and resolution. So your concern there's gonna be a lot of resolution that comes and there's gonna be harmony that follows afterwards. Um, it's something that you've been waiting for a while, and sometimes other people just needed to move forward before they understand the whole situation. What I'm being told is that you're doing all that you can, but you're going to be rewarded for what you've been going through. And by this reward, it's going to bring you harmony and it's going to be give you resolution for the issue that you're inquiring about. Okay. Beautiful card. Okay, Laura, and then Brenda L, and then Pam. Let's see. Okay, Pauline, thank you for letting me know you're still here. Okay, Pam, you're here. Anna, you're here. Okay. Yes, Karen, I love this deck too. Okay, Laura, here we go. Take a deep breath and exhale. I'm going to shuffle these cards a little bit. And here we go. And this is for Laura. What a nice card to have. Divine timing. It's pretty simple. Sometimes we want something to happen, or we want, something to come to us, or sometimes it's waiting for something to leave us. And it's something that you really want done, right? And so you've done your prayers, you've done your prayers, you've done your prayers. But to be honest, everything is in divine timing. You'll never get passed over something that was meant for you to have, or something that was meant for you to do. Sometimes it's delayed a little bit, but it's always done in divine timing, because sometimes some of our doors need to be shut, and so that other doors can be open so we can proceed to go forward. Know that you're on the right path, and this divine timing is going to come very rapidly. So I don't want to give a time frame on it, but what I would say is it's in the making, and this divine timing is going to be happening soon. You do have the support. I'm lost of words. You do have the support of your spiritual team, and that's really a good thing. So know that it's all in divine timing, and that it is going to happen. And I hope that card makes sense to you. Okay, Brenda L, Pam, Edna, and then Vita. Thank you, Vita, for letting me know. Brenda, I saw that you let me know you're here. Pam, I saw you let me know. And I believe Edna too. Okay, great. Okay, I did that one. Okay. Brenda, here we go. Take a deep breath and exhale. If you have a question, think about that. Here we go. Okay, Brenda, this has to do with healing energy. If you're thinking about going into the healing, or learning more about healing, exploring modalities, the answer is yes for you. Um, Sometimes we just want to know things or get training in different types of things for our own knowledge. Sometimes it's to help our family. Sometimes it's because you want to have a business and do this. You are being supported that you do have the ability to do healing energy, whether you've thought about it or not. And sometimes this healing energy can even come about without having any kind of training, right? So maybe your words that you speak to other people are very healing. Maybe you have listening ears that really help other people, and by listening, what the right thing is to say. Sometimes the healing hands can just be giving someone hugs, or speaking those kind words. But if this is something that you are interested in, you also have the ability to have that healing as everybody else does. You can always request healing to come to yourself by connecting with Creator, Jesus, or people, or the entities that are in your spiritual team, and do that. So if this is something for those who, would like to even send healing to themselves, it's just kind of really simple. Well, it seems to be simple for me. It took me a while to learn how to do it. Um, but the shortcut version is, you want to be in a space that you're not going to be interrupted, and you want to center yourself in your heart, pull that energy from your heart down into the ground, into the center and the heart of the earth. and allow that energy to flow back to you. Imagine that the energy that you're receiving is coming through your hands, and allow that energy. So like if you have a sore elbow, you would imagine the energy flowing, from Creator or your spiritual team, Archangel Raphael, Mother Mary, Jesus, whoever it is that you contact to help you with that. And you put your hand over the afflicted area, for example, my elbow, and you would imagine allowing that energy to flow through. And the energy that you're pulling from is not your own energy. It's important for you to realize that you can use your own energy, but you will get depleted, right? You'll feel drained. It's like when you go somewhere and somebody, talks to you and you all of a sudden feel drained and they feel better. They're taking that energy most of the time unconsciously from you. So, but that kind of works the same way as healing, sending healing to yourself. It allows, you allow that energy to flow through spirit, through your body, through your hand, and you're drawing off the universal energy that is around, and you're not pulling your own energy out to help yourself or somebody else. So I do hope that I answered your question, and there you go. Pam, you're next. Then Edna, Vida, and then Vivian. Let me see if there's any new names. Okay, I got you. And okay, here we go. Okay, Pam, here we go. Yes, Sue, you are on the list. Yep, you sure are. I'll get to you. I do try to stay until everybody is done. So Pam, here we go. Pam, it's all about divine timing. It's all coming forward for you. I know it's been a rough few months for you, but what you're asking about is going to happen in divine timing. And you know that you have someone on the other side that is pulling for you. So, you can ask for signs if you want to actually show that, maybe it's coming closer, but just have some more patience. What's coming to you is meant for you to have, but it just needs to be maybe a little later than what you were told. So just have patience, know that your prayers have been heard, that your spiritual team is there for you, and your beloved ones are there rooting and helping you from your side, from their side to your side. Okay, Edna, you're next. Vida, Vivian, and then Pauline. I couldn't read my own writing. So Pauline, I need to know if you're still here, dear. Mm. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. Sophia, I'll put you on the list. And let's see, Anne Marie, I believe I have you after Pauline, Anne Marie. So I see that you're still talking. Okay, so this is Edna, and then Vita, Vivian, and Pauline. Yeah, Edna, here we go. Ask and receive. So what I would say is when you have the courage to ask the question, the answer will come. That's what I'm hearing for you. So whether it's praying, to creator or your religious figure, know that you do have your spiritual team around you. But sometimes, and I do feel like this is more for you, is sometimes you don't ask, right? Sometimes you're just the person that just goes, gets it done because you don't want to have to depend on somebody else or whether they're going to do it right. But sometimes asking for help benefits the person that you're asking. It's not always about you, but it is. But it's also a lesson for the other person. So when you ask and you let people know that you need help, that help is going to come. It may come from an unexpected source, but don't be afraid to ask for help or ask that, you need somebody's advice, and let them give you the chance of showing you that they can help you get what you need. Hope that makes sense to you. Vida, I see that you're still here. Let me see if there's any new names. Okay, so it's Vida, Vivian, Pauline, and Anne Marie, and then Jean. So, and okay, so Jean, you just let me know that you're still here. You're welcome, Edna. Vida, there we go. Please take a deep breath and exhale. Think about your question. And I'm going to pull a card for you. There's a lot of these cards coming up, and I shuffle the cards. Uh, Divine timing. It's amazing how sometimes certain cards will just keep repeating. And so today the repeating cards have been about divine timing. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. For you, it is all about divine timing. It now can never come soon enough, right? So just know that there are some lessons other people need to know and need to learn. But as that opens up for that person, this is also going to bring divine timing for you. Just have a little bit of patience. Know that your prayers have been heard. I'm hearing they're working on it on the other side to make this happen. And I hear, you want it done quicker. So we can't hurry things along, but I'm feeling like it's going to come a lot sooner than most people think. So just have your faith that it is going to happen, that, some doors are going to open up for other people to allow this divine timing to happen. So I really hope that that makes sense to you. Okay, Vivian, you're next, and then Pauline, Anne Marie, and Jean. Thank you, Jean, for letting me know you're still there. Gerald, I'll add you to the list. Hey, Vivian, take a deep breath. Think about your question and release. And for those who have kind of came in a little later, Tracy, I will add you. For those who are coming in later, what I've decided is that the first Saturday of every month, I'm going to be pulling cards. And then the other 3 or 4 times of the Saturdays, I'll be doing activations and, different discussions. So I'm finding that it's been a long time since I've done the pulling of the cards, except for this last month. It's, because I really don't do them as often as I used to do, but I really enjoy doing these, especially when I don't know what the question is. Okay, so Vita is doing a lot of clearing and cord cutting. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. My deepest condolences for you. That is a hard one when when you have a loved one that has passed. So I really feel like that you're going to be seeing signs from your son. So, maybe you've already received some pennies or feathers. Even when you find feathers, look at the color of the feather, and you can look up feather meanings and under images, and they'll give you like different colored feathers. What I'll do is I'll make a note to myself to put the feather. I do have a couple of pictures of feather meanings. So what I'm going to do is post that up later today as well. You've had visitations and knowing and messages. That's wonderful. Okay, so we're going back to Vivian. Okay, here we go. And then it's Pauline. Okay. Vivian, here's your card. It says spiritual growth. So you are going through spiritual growth. Everybody is going through spiritual growth, whether they want to believe it or not. But for you and your question, it is a spiritual growth moment for you. Um, you're going to be getting a lot of more understanding the more that you tune into your question. So, as this card shows, her third eye is opening up, and she's got her hands folded next to her heart, and that's opening up. So you are receiving, and they're acknowledging that what you've been going through, whether you look at it as a good experience or a bad experience, know that it all is rotates around the spiritual growth that you need at this time. Um, so it really is a good confirmation to let you know what you're going through right now. So keep up the good work. I'm very proud of what you're going through and what you've been through, and connect with your spiritual team and or creator and ask for more confirmations. And sometimes the confirmations don't always come right away, but they come later for us. So good job. Hope that makes sense to you. Pauline, Anne Marie, Jean, and then I have Mary Gina. So Mary Gina, if you could let me know you're still here. And I have NARS. I'm going to add you to the list. Help if I could read my own writing. Okay, Pauline, take a deep breath and exhale. Okay, Pauline, I've connected. Your card is about manifestations. The manifestations are going to be coming forward to you. Yesterday was a new moon, and some of the things that you could do during the new moon, and even though it was yesterday, it still lingers on for the energies of the new moon, I should say, linger on for a couple of days. So since we had it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it would be a really good time to write down what you would like to manifest in the next 30 days, the next 60 days, and just list maybe 5 things that you would like to have manifested. And what you do is you you reread it and you're going to put down something on the order of, I am ready to receive. What you do not want to put down is I want, because when you put I want, you're going to just keep wanting that. And I hope that makes sense to you. So write your manifestations out. Think about what it is that you would like, and how would you feel when you receive those manifestations that you have questions about or would like to come into our life. And again, it has to do with divine timing, but you may not see your manifestations. If you have wrote 5 things down, you might not see them for a couple of months, or you may have some that come rapidly. But just know that your prayers and your concerns have been heard, and that they are in the process of being manifested. Um, so when you make your list, you would fold your paper towards you. So this is, let's say, your list of things that you want to manifest. You're going to fold it towards you. And I like to do it 3 times, and because you're bringing these wishes to you. You fold it again towards you, and then turn it and then fold it again towards you. There's a couple of different ways of doing the manifestations. One would be put it under your pillow at night, and let your mind kind of absorb into that. The other one is putting your list under a white candle or even a green candle. It doesn't have to be a really big candle like this, because you'll be waiting for it to burn all the way down. It could be a little tea candle or a little Vovo candle. It could even be a birthday candle. But you just make sure your candle is on something that is fireproof, and then put your list under the fireproof container and just let, the candle burn. And you would just throw away the candle. And what I do is I have a little dish that I keep mine in. So it's actually a bowl from Tibet that I put all of my wishes in there. And you can go back and look at them and later to see how many of them have come forward. But you are in the stage of being a manifester. So I would encourage you, whatever you're doing right now, I think you're on the right path. Okay. Hey, Joni, I will add you to the list. All right. And sometimes you guys might be contacted by someone that's not me, that says, send me a message, and I'll, privately message me, and, I have a message from you from spirit. My advice, don't, okay? Because in all honesty, if this person really can do the things that they say they can do, they would have their own page, they would be doing their own live and attracting people by the works that they do. So be very cautious on who you would allow your energy to be opened up to. Okay. So now that I can get off my soapbox. You're welcome, Pauline. Oh, so Pauline, did I just do your card? I think I must have, because you're telling me. Thank you. See how my mind, see how I am? I forget things. Um, Tracy. Let me go back up here and see if that's the same name. These names scroll so fast that some of the names I forgot to put down the last initial, and some of you have the same name. So please bear with me a moment. Okay, so I just saw it right here. Okay, Pauline, Margaret. We're going to go ahead and pull a card for you. And then I have another Pauline. Okay. Just make sure I have everybody's name here real fast. Ayla. Okay. All right. I think I have it done. Pauline, Margaret, you're next. And then I have Anne Marie, Jean, Mary, Gina, and Proshiliata, Pro, Proshita. Again, I'm sorry. I don't mean to hack up your name. So Pauline, Margaret, we're going to pull a card for you. Yes, Sue, you're on the other side of my page, but yes, you're on the list. There's about 5 people ahead of you, 5 or 6 people ahead of you. Okay, Pauline Margaret. Courage and bravery. Beautiful card. She's got her shield and she's got her flag. And she's surrounded with the angel wings. So through your experience, it's calling you to have courage and actually to be brave as you're going through your experiences. It's an inner strength that you have that you need to call upon. If you feel like you're not brave enough, know that you're brave enough to step out into this situation. Know that you have the skills within you. You can always ask for your spiritual team to help you get through whatever it is that you're having issues with or your experiences that you're going through. But just know that with courage and bravery, you're going to be able to go through this in a rapid advancement. You're going to have like a rapid advancement by staying consistent with having the courage. And that takes a lot of, it takes a lot of strength to be brave, right? So don't be afraid. You're being protected. You can see the purple, the purple, bluish purple type of wings behind that would also represent Archangel Michael being around you, helping you get through this. Hey, Anne Marie, I think I saw you say that you were still here. Uh, Ala, Al, yeah. I have you down on the list. Sue Matthews, I'll write you down. And Nars, I have you down. Karen, I have you down. Sue, I have you down. And T, I have you down. Okay, so the next one is Anne Marie, then Jean, Mary Gina, and it's Pracheta. You're after that. And then I'll turn the page and we'll go on the other side. So I've been on here a little more than an hour, and I will try to get everybody who is on the list. Okay, Anne Marie, here we go. Your guardian angel is with you and around you. I'm feeling you already know that, right? That you're seeing like kind of sparks or colors that are around you, but you weren't really sure. It is your guardian angel that is coming around you. You've been wanting to know their name. So when you kind of can center into your heart, get into a space of love and ground yourself, and then ask what your guardian angel's name is, and you should be able to hear it. If you're unclear whether it's a female or a male name, you can ask, is this a female name or a male name, and get it that way. But what you're seeing is your guardian angel. Okay, Jean, Mary Gina, the two of you are next. Hey, Jean. So your card is opportunity and change. Beautiful card. She's holding her birds. The birds are flying and around. But you do have the opportunity ahead for you. And when you act on that opportunity, it's going to bring the change that you're asking for. I do see a smooth transaction happening for you, and that the opportunity is coming forward, and you're going to acknowledge it. You're going to be happy about it. And doing so, if this is something that you've been wanting, right? But you've really not had that opportunity to do so. So go ahead and take that opportunity, and it's going to be change is going to come, and it's going to be a good change for you. So I hope that makes sense, and thank you for waiting so long. Mary Jean, Mary Gina, sorry. Um, you're welcome. Okay, Mary Gina, here we go. Okay. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Okay, this is for Mary Gina, and your card is listen deeply. So your angels are around you, and they're giving you support. It could also be a loved one that has crossed over that's giving you the support, but they're in the other side realm. Um, Listen deeply to the signs that they're telling you, and sometimes you may hear your voice speaking to you, but it's in a different, they're using different words than what you would use, right? So just know that you can ask that same voice that's in your head that's talking to use a different type of tone to distinguish what is you talking and what they are saying. So, or you may be one of the lucky ones that actually hear different types of voices in your head, but know that you're being supported, and to move forward and listen to what it is that they're trying to tell you. And I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. Hi, Serge. Oh, you're welcome, Jean. I'm glad that you understood. Okay. Bina Pani, I'm going to write your name down. And if you have a question, don't write it out here. You're going to think about it when I call your name. Mary Jean, I just did yours. And okay, please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but I'm going to spell it. Is Pracheta here? If you are, please let me know. And then it's Karen D. Let me know you're here. Sue H. Sue Hackman, I think is who that was. Oh, Hacken Miller. Okay, I see that you're still here. Um, Charm Girl, if you're here, and Sophia, if you're here, y'all let me know that you're here so I can move forward with your card. And then Sue Matthews. Okay. Okay. Pracheta. Are you still here? I'm going to circle that and come back. Okay, Karen D. Doyle. Karen, are you still here? And then Sue, where you go? Sue Hacken Miller. You're next after Karen. Oh, she's from Indian and it's pronounced Pracheta. Ooh, that's pretty. Are you still here, Pracheta? Okay, so if you come back later, I'll still come back and call your name again. So thank you, Jean, for letting me know how to pronounce that. Project. Okay. Okay, Karen Doyle, I see that you're still here, and then Sue H, and then Charm Girl and Sophia, and then Gerald. Okay, Karen, here we go. T, I have you down, so I haven't forgotten. So I do have you too. Okay, Karen, here we go. Surrender. There you go, Karen. You're being called to surrender. Sometimes we want things to go a certain way, or we're just used to being in charge, right? And it's hard to do the surrender thing, right? To allow things to happen, to allow someone else to be in charge. Um, so it's a matter of pride sometimes that you're used to doing things yourself and you've depended on yourself because you know that you're not going to let yourself down, right? And so spirit is asking you to surrender, to allow it's kind of like when you go swimming in a river or a stream, right? The water flows one way, and you can either choose to go with that stream or you could choose to actually swim against the current. And in this case, it's asking you to allow that flow to happen, to trust when you surrender. It might be putting yourself out there, but it's well worth it. Know that you're being supported as you do this surrendering. Okay, Sue H, and then Charm Girl. Charm Girl, are you still here? Okay. And Sophia, let me know if you're still here. And Gerald, let me know if you are still here. So Sue H, here we go. Take a deep breath and exhale when you're ready. If you have a question, think about your question. Okay, it's the earth and ground. So I hope you kind of already know the significance of earth and ground. So they're asking you to connect into the earth and ground yourself more. What I'm seeing is that you're kind of, and I don't mean this badly, but you're kind of flighty, and that may not actually be the correct word that I want to use, but you're not all the way into your body, right? You have these out of body type of experiences while you're awake. And so what's being recommended is that you ground more. And that could be as simple as visualizing roots growing in the bottom of your feet down into the earth to ground yourself. It could be connecting with your heart and allowing your heart energy to go down into the heart of the earth. You can even do it by earthing or grounding with your feet, walking on the ground, walking in the dirt, working in a garden, getting your hands into the dirt. There's a lot of different ways of grounding, but what I'm hearing is that you really need to ground more. Um, and by doing that, it's going to help you feel better about yourself. Um, if you're tending to leave your body, or you have these kind of flighty feelings of not being in your body in the morning when you wake up, you're going to want to ground before you go to bed. If it's something that happens kind of throughout the day, ground yourself in the morning. It doesn't hurt to even ground yourself a couple of times a day. I'm feeling that you're not in your body all the time. So this is something that will help you feel more confident as well. And I hope that makes sense to you. Hi, Hope. I'm going to put you on the list. And Charm Girl, I don't see anything from you, so I'm going to circle your name. Sophia, are you here? I didn't see you respond. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and circle your name. Gerard, I I know I'm not saying that right. Okay, let's see. Let me go down here. Gerald, there you go. Are you still here? Tracy, are you here? So I have Tracy and T. Thank you. T, thank you for letting me know you're still here. Nars, if you're here, go ahead and let me know. And Joni, if you're here, let me know. And then Tracy H. And what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll call the people that I'm skipping over. So I'm waiting for Parchita, Charm Girl, Sophia, and Gerald. And Nars, thank you for letting me know. Okay. And Tracy, I believe you told me that you were here. Okay. Uh, Tracy, are you still here? Please let me know. Let me check over here. Thank you, Nars. No, I didn't forget you. Okay. I'm looking on two different dashboards. So yes, you're coming up, Ayla. Okay, so we're gonna, Tracy, are you here? I'm gonna circle your name. Okay, T, I'm gonna go ahead and go to you. Think of your question in your mind. If you don't have a question, I'll just pull a card for you. So go ahead, T, and take a deep breath. Nars, you're after T, and then it's Joni, and then Tracy H. I'm only calling a few names out at a time. Okay, thank you for letting me know you guys are still here. Okay, T, here we go. So T, what you're going through is a learning experience. Um, What I tell everybody is it doesn't matter whether you have a good experience or a bad experience. It's all about learning from all experiences, right? It's about learning, living here on the earth is about, having, fun and enjoying yourself, community, having experiences, good and bad, and learning from them and moving forward from them. Because as you learn from your experiences, it makes you a different person. It doesn't mean that it's gonna, you know, drastically change you, but the perception is that we don't learn things through experiences, and you really do. And if you're not learning through your experiences, I would encourage you to search that more. Um, because it makes you a better person, whether it's a bad or a good thing. What could I have done differently? What did I do that made this a good experience? So everything that you're learning about, or you're learning from other people, or you're learning from your own experiences, it's all about learning and about sharing those learning opportunities to other people if they're willing, and at a place where they can, you know, uh, take your advice and learn from, someone else's mistakes or someone else's um, achievements, right? It's not always a bad thing. Learning experiences can be good. But what your either your question is, or I'm feeling like this is more of a thing that you need to know. It may not answer your question, but I'm feeling it's more of something that you need to hear and need to know about. And it could be somebody else's, your reaction towards somebody else. Why are you feeling this way towards somebody else? And it again, it goes back to what is it that you're learning by seeing or hearing or even experiencing yourself. Okay, NARS, and then Joni. Joni, are you still here? I saw NARS. Okay. Joni, I'll circle your name. And Tracy H, and then Ala, all yay. And I know I'm not, or Alay, Alya. You're after Tracy H, and then we have Sue M, and Benny Penny, and Serge, and then Hope. And then I have Haeyu Chu. Okay, let me double check here. You're welcome. T, and this NARS. I know you're here. You just told me you were. So NARS, go ahead and think of your question as I shuffle these cards. Take a deep breath. Hey, NARS, this is your card. It's take charge and action. So that's kind of like, maybe you've been sitting back, but I want you to have the confidence that you can step up and lead. You can up and be a leader in this situation, and take the necessary actions, for yourself to you're you're being placed in a leadership position, right? And when you're in that leadership position, whether it's your family or maybe it's a job, you want to take action that benefits not only you, but the community, that may benefit other people. So just keep that in mind. Don't let, your ego get a hold of you and, think that you're better than everybody else, although I don't feel like that is you. But I would take this to heed, that you are in a position, or will soon be in a position, to be able to take charge and actual action. So I hope that card makes sense to you. Joni, are you here? Okay, thank you. Um, okay, you guys crack me up. Let me go through these names again to see if anybody else has come up, and then I'll proceed into the list more. Prochetta, Charm Girl, Sophia, Gerald, Tracy, or Joni. Okay, now I have Tracy H. Are you here, Tracy H? Then I have Alia. You're next. If Tracy H doesn't let me know she's here. And then Sue M. So Tracy H. I'm going to circle your name. And Alya. You're welcome, Nars. We're going to go ahead and go with you. Sue H. I mean, Sue M. Are you still here? Let me know. Binya Pani, if you're still here, let me know. Serge, if you're still here, let me know. Hope, if you're here, let me know. And Haya Chu. I know you said I can call you anything, but thank you for allowing me to hack up your name, but you're after Hope. So thank you, Sue, for letting me know you're here. Okay, A is Alya. Oh yeah. I'm just going to go with that. And I'm sorry if I'm here not pronouncing. That's okay. My name's Lisa Joe, and a lot of people spell it Joe, and I'm like, no, it's Jo. It's what's in my heart, right? I try. I try. So, oh yeah, you need to surrender. This is your card. Sometimes it's hard to surrender, right? Sometimes when you're used to depending on yourself, or you're used to doing things yourself, um, it's hard to allow something else to happen when you're not in control. But it's kind of like the example they're giving me is when you put a stamp on a piece of mail and you take it to the post office, and you really don't worry about it getting there, right? Because you know that the people that you entrusted with that envelope, that and that stamp, that postage office is going to get it to where it needs to go. So your prayers are being heard, and it is you're in a place where you need to surrender and allow things to happen, to allow it to happen, to allow other people to come forward and assist and be that way too. You don't want to be swimming against the current. You want to go along with the flow for a while. And this surrendering is actually an opportunity for you to see other people stepping up as well. So I hope that makes sense to you. It does resonate. Good. Okay, Sue, you're next. And then Penny. Okay, I see that you told me that you were here. Serge, thank you. And Hope, are you still here? Okay, so let me cross this line. Sue M. Here we go. Go ahead and take a deep breath and think about your question. Vulnerability and freedom. It's okay to be vulnerable. It when you are, it gives you a sense of freedom, right? So sometimes you can be holding up yourself because you're afraid of judgments, and who isn't, right? Everybody has that experience of whether they should put themselves out there, and how are other people going to think about what they're going to tell them. um, and sometimes we make it worse in our minds. And you might hear me say this often: you can be your best cheerleader, but you can also be your worst critic. So allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to speak of what it is that you need to speak. And it's going to give you such freedom when you do that. And you're going to feel so much better that, and you may even laugh at yourself about how much of a brick wall that you put up because you didn't want to be vulnerable. So allow yourself to do that. And you're going to have the feelings of, I'm so glad that I did that. And I hope that makes sense to you. I hope. Thank you for letting me know you're here. Uh, Bina Penny, you're next. Take a deep breath and think about your question. I'm going to clear the deck. Do a little bit of shuffling the cards. Thank you for letting me know you're still here. Spiritual growth. What you're going through right now is spiritual growth. Um, what I'm being told is what you're going through is really hard for you. Um, but it's how you're looking at it, right? So this again, it's like a learning experience, but it's spiritual growth that you're going through. The acknowledgement that there is a higher calling than us, right? Whether you call it creator, the universe, God, um, another religious person's name. It's all about your own spiritual growth that is growing, that is yearning to grow even more. I'm asking you to put down your wall. Don't be afraid. You don't need to hide these feelings, but just know that everything that we go through is spiritual growth, right? Whether you want to think of it that way. We are in my opinion, I don't want to push my opinion on you, but in my opinion, we're actually experiencing for our creator. We learn lessons, we go through good and bad things, however you want to categorize it, but we're experiencing and living for our creator. You're also having this spiritual growth for yourself. So this also, when you have realizations of your spiritual side, you are actually helping your ancestors and you're helping your descendants as well. So know that what you're going through right now is spiritual growth. And I hope that makes sense to you. Surge, my friend, and then hope, and then Ain Yu Chu. And I know you said I could call you anything, but I don't want to call you the wrong name. So you're welcome, Sue. Okay. So Serge, think about your question. Oh, good. I'm glad that that resonated with you. Okay. All right, Serge. Go ahead and take a deep breath. I'm going to clear this deck. Hey, Serge, you are receiving signs and reminders. Beautiful card. I don't know if you can see it, if it's really clear or not. But again, you're receiving signs and reminder of your journey, of your path that you're on. You may see the coins on the ground. You will see the birds in the air, the feathers. But I'm feeling that these signs are actually coming from your ancestors, not necessarily someone who has recently, I don't feel like it's somebody that has recently passed on. I really feel like it's more to do with your ancestors. So I can see you talking to your I can see you talking to your ancestors, right? And they're like, hello, we're dropping you signs and you're not paying attention because you're off, thinking about something else. You have a lot of energy about you. So just know that the signs are there. They are supporting you and they want to remind you that they're still around you. So if there's what I'm being told is to light a candle for them, right? It can be, any size candle that you want, um, but light a candle for them so that they know that you are connecting with your ancestors. And you can show, this is kind of like a reverse thing. You can show them signs that you are aware of their presence, that you're making your life better to make them proud of you, right? So when we do changes in our life, we also have that ability to change our ancestors' lives. So just know that they appreciate everything that you're doing. Light a candle for them and be open to seeing other signs, whether it's music, a conversation, something you read in a book, butterflies, birds, rainbows. It's all coordinated together. So I hope that makes sense to you. And Hope, you're next. Chu, yes, you're next after Hope. Okay, Hope, think about your question as you take a deep breath in and release. Hope, your card is expect miracles. Who doesn't want a miracle, right? I sure like miracles. For me, being a miracle is just breathing every morning, being grateful. But for you, these miracles are coming. It's something that it's unexpected, but it's expected. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But that's the words it's an unexpected, expected miracle. So those are the words that I heard. So I really am hoping that is a good card for you. I mean, that is a good card to get, right? Is having a miracle. So that's your card. You're welcome, Serge. Okay, and two, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these cards. Uh, I dropped a card, so let me pull that up. Do the work. So sometimes we want things to happen in our life, and we just sit and wait. We're waiting, I'm waiting. But sometimes you need to help yourself out by doing a little bit more to get yourself there. So this card is reminding you that you may have to step outside of your comfort zone and do some work either on yourself or on the project or your concern that you have, that you need to put in a little bit more work to get to where you're at. So it is a good card. As you can see, he's quite content and serious looking about what it is that he needs to do. So I hope that makes sense to you. Oh, Hope, yes. I love that. Yes, thank you for letting me know. And that would be a wonderful miracle for you. Okay. So now you're welcome to, I'm glad that you resonated with the card. So right now I'm going to go ahead and call off the names that I have circled that you guys let me take a water, a drink of water. So those who missed a card, and I circled your name, so I'm going to go back through the list. If you're here right now, this is your last opportunity because I've been on here for an hour and almost 40, an hour and 40 minutes. So if you don't say anything, you'll have to wait till next time. So Prachita, are you here? If you are, go ahead and tell me. So Chu, I would say that for you, I would write a letter of, to let them know that you're still interested in that particular position. And, so I would ask Archangel Gabriel to help you with your words. Um, you may have to do a couple of different writings until you get it where it needs to be. But I would do a follow-up letter and let them know that you're still interested in the position, that um, you appreciate them, taking time out to speak with you if that happened. And just kind of do a follow-up letter to let them know that, you know, you're willing and able to, you know, do what you need to do to have the job. So I hope that makes sense to you. So we have Charm Girl, Sophia, Gerald, Tracy H, and Joni. Hey, I'm going to give you guys a moment to type something in, but I want to thank everyone who showed up today. I appreciate you taking time out. This was a longer than expected oracle pull, oracle cards and intuitive oracle pull card that I've done. I usually only do it for an hour, but I really wanted to get everybody that requested it. Thank you so much. This will be posted up on YouTube, Enlightened World Network, as well as Healing Light with Lisa Joe on Facebook and as well as YouTube. So you can kind of scroll along if you want to re-listen to your reading. All of my links are down below if you would like to work with me privately or you would like to do a donation. Everything is listed underneath. So thank you, and I appreciate y'all for showing up, and have an amazing day, the rest of your day and weekend. Let me go ahead and talk to you later. Bye.